Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the occupant who pushing his gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon all your houses. This is the brother Quanah Wath from the Arizona Great Millstone Camp. Come back at you, Lord will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord will, it is edifying. Lord will, it is straight to the point. But ultimately, I was just, meditating on, ultimately, what to go in on, as far as a lesson. And, the Lord ultimately put on my spirit where, our sustenance, right, is ultimately going to be this word in the time to come, right? Because as we know, right, Jacob's trouble is literally around the corner, right? It's about to pop off, right? And within Jacob's trouble, right, there's going to be a famine right here soon, right? All these stores that you see are ultimately going to, end up empty, right? Pursuing the 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter, the 22nd verse, right? Where it says that these storehouses, right, are suddenly going to appear unsown, man, right? So right now you got a lot of these storehouses still got food in it, man. Right, the prices are still, decent, right? They're not terrible, right? But soon prices are going to go up, which are going to cause an uprising, which is going to cause, people to ultimately start looting and rioting and again, robbing these stores, man. As we had seen, I think it was last year, there was a so-called black woman, a Judite woman with her son, right? They were in a store, right? And she was ultimately stealing food, right? And, she got caught, right? And one of the workers was ultimately trying to take, that food away from her. And she said, she was yelling and she was screaming, I got to feed my family. He's hungry. My kids are hungry, this, that, and the third, right? She was yelling at the whole store. People were coming up trying to give her food, give her money to buy food, this, that, and the third. But, nonetheless, that's something that we're going to see in the times to come on a greater scale, right? People ultimately robbing these stores because they're hungry, right? Robbing these stores because they need food, right? To so not only feed themselves, but to feed their family, right? Especially if people got kids, man, So again, in the times to come, right, there's going to be a famine, right, of the food and water that you see now, right? There's not going to be much of it, and this is why, right, we ultimately tell those that are coming into truth, even ourselves, right? First and foremost, starting with ourselves, that we need to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Because as the scriptures say, right? Let me grab this and we'll go back to that word. As it says in Matthew 4:4, it says, "But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone," right? Because bread, food, right? All this stuff is, right? It does help, these bodies, continue to, operate. Right? Food, water, it helps our bodies to continue to operate, but there has to be a balance, right? We can't just feed the flesh and feed the carnal side of us, right? We have to feed the spiritual side of us, and that's why Yahweh Shai said, "But by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High," right? So again, right, our main focus, right, is feeding the spirit, because again, that's how we are ultimately going to have a hedge of protection around us and know how to operate and how to move in the times to come, is through the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? The words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai are going to be our sustenance in the times to come, right? When Jacob's trouble pops off, there's no food, there's no water, it's all utter out, nothing but utter chaos, right? Ringing forth in the earth, right? Our support, right? Our, life support is going to be this word, man. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's words, man. So let me go back to that word sustenance, right? You go into that word sustenance. It says means of living, right? It says especially food, victuals, that which supports life, man. And again, right, we understand that, we're in this flesh, that we understand that, that we have to feed this body, right? But our main focus should be getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, Let me grab this. Actually, I want to read a little bit more on this. You drop down to the bottom. It says action of sustaining life by food, right? That which supports, right? Maintenance, support, one who sustains. Let me see if there's anything more. It says food and drink regarded as a source of strength. Right, man. Right. And we understand that this word is what gives us strength, man. This word is what nourishes us, man. You know, let me grab this. This is a hitter right here, man. Wisdom of Solomon 16 and verse 26. It says that thy children, O Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, whom thou lovest, might know that it is not the growing of fruits that nourisheth man, but that it is thy word which preserveth them that trust in thee, that put their trust in thee. That's right, man. So again, our life support, you know, in the times to come is going to be the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? This is going to be our sustenance in the time to come, man. You know, our necessary food, our necessary, hydration, right? Yahweh Shai even said, he that cometh to me shall never thirst. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, right? Roughly paraphrasing, that precept, man, So at the end of the day, man, again, it's the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that are ultimately going to get us through, man, right? Now, miracles will be done, right, for the elect in the times to come, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right, going back into the ancient Egypt, right, when the Israelites came out of ancient Egypt, right, and we're in the wilderness, what did the Lord do, man? He furnished a table, right, of food for them in that time. So yes, the miracles will be done, right, to where we're going to be able to find food, where we're going to be able to, get water, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to lead us to where we need to go in order to get that food, that water, man. But again, our main focus is going to be, it should be in this time, is getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Getting that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is vital. It's key. This is the most important thing that you can do in this time, is to get these proper breakdowns, man, from the true prophets, right? Beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, right? That have been going out and giving out that understanding free, right? As it should be, right? Free on YouTube, on different platforms, making it easy to be understood, so that way, again, you can be covered in the times to come, right? And we understand that only 1/3 of the nation of Israel in America is going to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Really, the elect all across the world are the only ones of the nation of Israel, are the only ones that are going to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, right? So if the Lord ultimately sees fit, to have you watch these videos, and well, you very well could be a part of the elect, man, which means you have to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And we'll read a little bit of this, and I just wanted to make this real quick. We'll ultimately close out with this. This is Proverbs chapter 4, and we'll start at verse 5. It says, "Get wisdom, get understanding." Right. This is what the prophets have been telling you. This is what the prophets are constantly pushing you, right? And the Spirit's going out heavy about getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Because we're in that time, right? Esau Edom is about to come down, having great wrath. He's already setting up his infrastructure for the MO to the TB. Right, he's already making those statements talking about you're going to have to take this in order to participate, in the coming society. And what he wants you to take is the MOTB, which is the RFID micro CHIP. You got Whole Foods, Amazon, the Amazon Go Market, and so on and so forth. But many places are already implementing, this charagma, man, and saying that you, in order to go into this store, you're gonna have to need, this RFID micro CHIP, man. They're setting it up. There's no disputing, right, what the RFID, or no arguing or debating what the RFID or the MOTB is, man. Right? It's being more and more evident, right, that the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, right, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, have been correct, man. The MO to the TB, right, that mark in Revelations 13 and 16, right, is the RFID micro CHIP. And again, everything is leading towards, the implementation of the RFID micro CHIP, man. Banks are ultimately closing down, right? Banks are limiting cash withdrawal, and so on and so forth, right? In the past couple of years, banks have been ultimately, closing and removing ATMs, closing branches, right? Because everything's moving towards that digital state, You know, again, all roads lead to the MO to the TB, man. You know, and this is why, again, this is why you need to stay in the scriptures, man. You need to stay in the spirit, because through Yahweh Shem Shah's word, he ultimately tells you what's coming, you know, and how to prepare for it, man. And the only way to properly prepare is to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And to keep the faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, because really it takes faith to believe in these words, man. You know? And for those who do, hey, we have to continue to walk on that path, man, and continue to endure until the end, you know, and continue to grow in this truth, man, as much as possible. Continue to learn as much as possible, you know, in this truth, man, you know. So I'll get back to it. Proverbs 4 and verse 5, get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. That's right, man. You know, scriptures talk about, right, in Joshua, the first chapter, you know, around the 8th or 9th verse, right? Scriptures, you know, he says what? To meditate, right? Give themselves, you know, wholly to him and meditate into him, man. You know, matter of fact, we'll grab that. And then we'll come back to that. Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, it says, this book of the law shall not depart of thy mouth, man. Right, man. Right? We're to constantly meditate as well as speak the scriptures of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. This is our culture, man. Right? This is our culture, man. This is who we are. We are the chosen nation of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Right? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is our book, man. Right? As well as you Israelite foreigners, right? You Israelites, right? That have been scattered, right, into these other nations, but yet through the lineage of your father are Israelites. This is our book, man. Right? This is our heritage, man. These are our forefathers, man. You know? So every word that we read, and guess what? They were speaking these words, man. You know? Just as we are too, man. You know, when we congregate, man, when we get together, man, you know, we remain in a holy conversation, man. You know, which is, again, speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, right? Meditating on the miracles that were done and the miracles to come, right? And so on and so forth, man. You know, and teach them to our kids, right? It says, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, man. So all day, every day, man, we meditate on the scriptures, man. Right? The scriptures are on our mind, man. The Yahweh Shem Shah is on our mind constantly, man. You know, that's what we're supposed to be doing, man. You know, it says, which Moses, my servant, commanded thee, turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Right? Because this word, again, will bring about, right, as long as we continue to stay diligent, right, continue to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What does it say? Right? What is it? Proverbs 22 and 29, right? Seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men, right? So this scriptures also say that wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, you know? So the more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we ultimately get, and well, guess what? The better that we're going to be able to move in the times to come, and we'll have a hedge of protection around us, right? Which will allow us to be preserved, allow us to be, you know, safe from the things that are coming, man. You know? And we'll go back into Proverbs, and again, we'll close it out with this. It's Proverbs chapter 4, verse 6. It says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Right, man? Right? It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. And this is the time to do it, man. Right? Because here soon, right, the gates of mercy are going to close. Right? And you're not going to be able to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Amos 8 and 11 is ultimately going to be playing out, right? The famine of the word is going to be playing out in the earth, and you're not going to be able to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? You're not going to be able to watch the prophets, right? When all hell breaks loose, you're going to be looking for the prophets, but you're not going to be able to find them, you know? Only those who get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the times to come, as the scriptures say, it says, make not haste in the time of trouble. Hey, they're going to be walking smooth criminal, man, because of their faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, the miracles that are going to be done for them, you know? So they're not going to have to worry about anything, man. They know in their mind, right, in their spirit, that they did what was necessary, right, to be protected in those times, man. You know, which is what? Get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, as we just read, man. You know, which again will put a hedge of protection around you, right, from Yahweh Shem Shah. But that's all I got, man. You know, again, The most important thing that you can do right now, man, is to sit down, pull up a video of Great Millstone, you know, whatever breakdown it may be, whatever question you have, type in, you know, Great Millstone, and then, you know, Daniel 7 breakdown, or Revelations 20 breakdown, or Revelations 13 breakdown, you know, so whatever breakdown it may be, you know, and open up your book and start studying, man, you know. That's the best thing that you can start doing, man. Take notes, get built up through the Spirit, man, you know, because the time's coming where you're not going to be able to do that, you know. So with that, Lord will was edifying, Lord will straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Rachak, Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the Great Millstone. Till next time, I say shalom.